Bill Henry here from Robinson Henry. I lead the firm's estate planning practice. Today I want to talk to you about tangible personal property and dividing it. That's dividing up your stuff. When my grandmother passed away, she specifically left me this. Don't exactly know what it is, but I always liked it as a kid, and she gave it to me, and of course to her children and to her other grandchildren, whatever that they enjoyed as a memento of her. She made sure that they got it. That helps to avoid a lot of disputes. First thing to know about tangible personal property is that it's, generally speaking, presumed to be jointly owned if you're married. So if there's a husband and wife and one of them passes away, then all the property is generally going to be presumed to be jointly owned, unless there's a bill of sale, it's titled in a certain way, or if there's a separate writing that specifically says where that should go. Very important that if you want something to go to someone upon your passing, not upon your spouse's passing, that you list it in your will or on a tangible personal property memorandum like we'll get into. For blended families, even more important. Oftentimes the children want to receive an heirloom or something else that is part of their family lineage that they want to make sure they get. You don't want it to end up in your spouse's, the surviving spouse's hands, unless that's specifically what you intend to do. So how do we divide it up? Well, one way we can divide it up is by a tangible property memorandum, a separate writing, and that's just going to be incorporated by reference into our will, and we're going to list out where we want our property to go, and we can change it by ourselves over time. So the will needs to be drafted in such a way to incorporate this memorandum by reference. Alternatively, we can specifically list in our wills where we want the property to go. So if I'm giving a Vincent van Gogh or a Mona Lisa, and I have the original, probably don't want to be doing that by a memorandum. I'm far better off to do that in the actual will itself. So what about everything else? Well, first thing we could do is we can just say, hey, personal representative, you sell it all. Just sell everything and add it to my estate, my residuary, and distribute it however I want, however I said in my will. Next, instead, we could say in your will, let's do a round robin. So basically, whoever is listed as a beneficiary goes around in a circle selecting items based on what they want. To the extent that someone does not take something, which of course will be the majority of items, then we sell it from there. Finally, the personal representative can just have the flexibility to distribute the property equitably, but not necessarily equally. There's other methods to distribute property as well. There's just three of the most common. Again, Bill Henry from Robinson Henry. You can find us on the web at robinsonandhenry.com. Thanks.